Hey, welcome back. Glad you could make it. Listen, I had a 3-day weekend here. I took a couple of days off to work on some other projects. I wanted to talk about that. Before we talk about these bourbons, I'm a brand new channel here. So I don't have a set schedule just yet. I know the first week that I was putting out videos, I was working hard on getting them just right. Intro, outro, how to edit, how to get the metadata right so they show up as VR180, how to get it where if you have a visor on, you're sitting here in the room with me. It was a learning curve for me, to say the least. So I haven't really committed, but I wanted to put out several videos for a couple of reasons. One, any new visitor to my site, I want them to have content, several pieces of content. So I got that out there. What I will commit to at this point is I will have at least one video a week. But I can't promise more than that, but I'm going to try. But these are longer, these regular ones. And again, my day off, I have my cap on. But this is a holiday for us. I'm going to do bonus videos. So I will have shorter videos, but these long ones take hours to process, and I don't, doing one every day, I wouldn't get to bed till midnight if I tried to do that. So it's not really that feasible. I have spent a couple of nights going to bed pretty late because it was new and I was trying to learn it. But now that I've produced a couple of videos and I've got the process down, I have my settings right, so let's get into the bourbon now. Let's talk about finished bourbons. Now, I know when we talked about Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, I said in that video I didn't really consider it a finished bourbon because they're just putting it from one oak barrel into a different oak barrel, and nothing else has ever been in that oak barrel. These, on the other hand, are different. We're gonna do the Angel's Envy today, but I wanted to bring out Burning Chair because this is another really good bourbon, and this was a gift from someone. Thank you very much. You know who you are. So Burning Chair, California, bottled I think in Illinois or something like that. Now this is produced and bottled by Savage and Cook, Vallejo, California. They don't say anywhere. Oh, distilled in Indiana. So they're procuring the bourbon from Indiana and then finishing it in their barrels. Now, that it doesn't tell you anywhere on this bottle, but they're finished in Cabernet barrels. So the Napa Valley type stuff, the strong cabs. This, on the other hand, is Angel's Envy, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in port wine barrels. They say on their site that this is aged for 4 years in new oak barrels to be called a bourbon. It's, of course, 51% or more corn in the mash. That's another one about this one. This is heavy corn. The Burning Chair is, I think, 70-something% corn, and then rye is the second highest grain. This one is a wheater. They do have a rye. Their ryes are finished in rum barrels. So, but their regular wheated mash bill is finished in port wine barrels. This is a very good bourbon, but I mean, I'm a bourbon purist. It's got a good nose. It's I like it just fine. I'd sometimes rather have Bullet than this. There's yours, and as always, if you don't drink it, I will. So let me get me a snip here. And I just had smoked burgers, so my belly's a little full right now, and I'm feeling pretty relaxed. I got a Traeger smoker grill, and we did burgers for the first time on the Traeger. They turned out really well, but I'm going to cook them for 2 minutes less next time. Coating the glass nicely. Talked about the legs before. Yeah, I can smell different nose than regular bourbon. Get some air in here. Yeah, you can smell. I mean, there's some typical bourbon notes in there. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very light. Now, everything we've done so far is there's no barrel strength that I've pulled off my shelf yet, but we will. And this is still coating the glass very well. All right, getting some of the caramel, some of the apple, your typical vanilla. But there is something fruitier in there. Let's give her a taste. Yeah. Again, it's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of hype, I think, behind Angel's Envy. I don't know. It's taken away from what I like about bourbon, really, to me. It's good. It's good. But I don't mix my bourbon with anything. And let's give her a chance. Chew on it a little bit. Very, very, very short finish. Just from, I'm not getting it a very long. It's some sweet. I don't know. It's hiding stuff. It's not. It doesn't taste really developed to me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dogging on this bourbon. I'm trying to be completely honest with you about what's going on my tongue and in my perception here. I don't know. It's there's some bourbon notes to it, but if I were going to drink a drink that had, I don't know, I used to drink what is it, Maker's Mark old fashions, with the simple syrup in it and things like that. Orange peel crushed in there a little. It's bourbon. I'll give you that. And it's good. I like it. But I don't really feel like I'm truly drinking bourbon. But that's, I guess, some of the appeal to some people. I keep it on the shelf because people like it. It's recognizable. It's not, again, I don't do prices because I don't know where you live. And prices of bourbon vary drastically across geographic location, so I'm not really going to give you a price tag on this, but it's upper end it's above 50, I think, somewhere along in there around here. To put it in context, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is about 55 here, so this is probably inching up around that or a little more. I can't remember exactly, but So whatever Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is in your area, this is roughly the same price, maybe a little more. Yeah, I'm not even chewing on it anymore. This, to me, is too sweet. Personal preference, but I think it's too sweet. It's hiding the good bourbon notes. Why would you want to take a good bourbon and then... Okay, here's one for you. To be honest with you, I lived in Japan for a little while, military. So I got to eating sushi. And so when I came back to the States, I was like, man, I like sushi. I'm going to get sushi. But I can tell you one thing. I don't want any cream cheese in my sushi. I don't know who started that outside of Philadelphia, but whoever started putting cream cheese in sushi, you're just hiding the flavor of everything else. And that's kind of the way I feel about this. This is... Why you want to put cream cheese in my bourbon? You're hiding my fishy flavor. You're hiding the flavor that I like. Again, personal opinion, right? Some people are going to like this, but to me, Eagle Rare and Blade and Bow and Michter's and Blanton's, Those are bourbons. This is not claiming. This is claiming to be a bourbon finished in port wine barrels. So there you go. Some people are going to like it. Some people not so much. But so that I'm not here until tomorrow doing this video, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. But as always, please subscribe. I'll keep making these videos, I promise, for a long time to come. And again, if you don't have the visors, put it on, but make sure you ring that bell. Give me a follow. You know, my advertising budget, also word of mouth, man. Spread the word. Share me. My advertising budget is this much. 0. Big goose egg. I already spent all my money on the camera and the bourbon. And, you know, if I had an advertising budget, I wouldn't be able to bring you as many bourbons. So, come on, man. Give me a shout out. Give me a share. Put something in the comments down there. Let's get to trending, and I'll bring you more quality videos.